Welcome back, truth seekers, to the Evident Conspiracy Files, the podcast that rips the veil off the world's hidden scripts, one ancient star at a time. I'm your host, Mark Mayhew, diving deep into the shadows where history, spirituality and power collide. Today, we're travelling through time to a world before smartphones, before fake money, before the elites figured out how to chain our souls with screens and debt. We're talking about our ancestors who didn't just watch the stars, they spoke to the gods through them. Shamans who blasted open portals with plants that flood your brain with DMT. Tribes still doing it today. And yes, even the so-called witches who may have tapped into powers higher, or even lower, than we dare imagine. But here's the real conspiracy hook. We've lost that divine consciousness, not by accident, not because religion failed us, but though the elites who used that playbook for centuries. No, this is deliberate. In the past, they controlled us with holy books and fear of the afterlife. Today, with money, that fictional paper promise they print out of thin air. Because if we reconnect to the stars, to the plants, to the raw spirit realm, where we are all one, we're all equals. No more serfs, no more rulers, and they can't have that. To keep things from getting too heavy in this cosmic rabbit hole, our bony co-pilot is here, Grim.
I'm always here, fleshbag, lurking in the shadows. Just remember, if this episode gets too spooky, I'll be the one collecting your soul when you DMT your way straight into the afterlife. Alright, daywalkers, get comfy, pull up a tombstone, and nail a lid shut. This episode is packed. We're going deep on this one, not just stories, but facts. Most of the controlled history books bury, and that creeping feeling that everything's connected. By the end of this episode, you'll understand that the shadow you thought you just saw from the corner of your eye was actually something. It couldn't see you, but if you know how to connect with it and try, you could connect to other realms.
If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever the algorithm hasn't shadow banned us yet, hit that follow or subscribe button, leave a review, and share with someone who's staring at the stars wondering why life feels so empty. Let's begin where it all started, our ancestors and the cosmic conversation. And if at any point you feel like directly reaching out to us, you'll find a free text link in the description or leave a voice recording. Picture this. 5,000 years ago, no cities blotting out the night sky. In what we now call Devon, in the UK, Dartmoor area, that wild wind-swept moor where you can still feel that electric reconnection to the earth during meditation. Our Bronze Age ancestors built stone rows, circles and alignments. Not for fun. These weren't random rocks. Archaeoastronomies have proven they tracked solstices, lunar cycles, even the Milky Way's path, like a divine GPS. The stars weren't just distant lights to these people. They were gods whispering fates, seasons, harvests, wars. In Mesopotamia, around 2000 BCE, Babylonian priests treated the heavens as a living scroll. Planets weren't rocks, They were deities dictating kings' rises and falls. They'd watch Venus rise and decide, invade now, the goddess says yes. Constellations told stories of creation, flood, rebirth. This wasn't passive stargazing, this was dialogue. The sky was the ultimate Ouija board, but with real consequences. Fast forward to indigenous cultures worldwide. The Lakota people mapped the stars to teach morality, history, even their origin stories. The Pleiades cluster, also where, as some believe, the gods had come from when they visited us in the past, though we will dive into that one another time. The Pleiades, ancestral spirits guiding planting and ceremonies across Africa, Native America and Old Europe. These weren't myths for entertainment, they were lived reality. People felt the universe flowing through them. No separation between me and the divine. Porous minds, as one philosopher called it, open to spirits, ancestors, cosmic forces, and all of us. Those megalithic sites, 7 stones, the rose on Dartmoor, aligned perfectly with celestial events, close to where I'm staying at the moment. Dark skies today recreate what they experience nightly. No light pollution, just you, the void, and that hum of connection. Meditation here. It's not woo-woo. It's remembering the quiet, the breath work, remembering that we are more than what we are now told. We are one. We are connected. Our ancestors didn't need apps or therapists. The stars were the therapy. Their conscience, minds the antenna. The gods spoke back.
Stars speaking. Ha! In my line of work, the only stars I see are the ones poor souls count while I swing my scythe. Twinkle, twinkle, little soul, time to pay the cosmic toll. But seriously, Mark, if those ancients were chatting with gods up there, why'd we trade it for Netflix and taxes? Sounds like a downgrade. Or a setup.
Exactly, Grim. A setup. But we'll get to the elite angle later. For now, let's go deeper into the real technology our ancestors used, shamanism. This predates every organised religion by tens of thousands of years. Cave art from 40,000 years ago in Europe. Likely shamanic visions, trance states painted on walls as spirit maps. Shamans weren't priests with rules. They were bridges, drumming, fasting, sensory deprivation, or plants. They journey to other realms, heal the sick, divine futures, and battle dark forces. Enter DMT, the spirit molecule. Not some hippie invention. The evidence goes back at least 1,000 years. In 2019, archaeologists found a shaman's pouch in a Bolivian cave, high in the Andes. Inside, traces of DMT from chacruna leaves, harmine from the ayahuasca vine, plus bufotenine, cocaine from coca, even possible psilocin from mushrooms. This wasn't casual. A ritual bundle for a travelling shaman who traded across ecosystems, Amazon lowlands to high plateaus. Proof of sophisticated plant knowledge long before Europeans showed up. In the Amazon, tribes like the Shipibo-Canibo have used ayahuasca, a DMT brew, for centuries, maybe even millennia. Shamans drink it in ceremonies to diagnose illness, contact plant spirits, or fight witches, harmful sorcerers. Not recreation, guided, sacred work. Today, over 75 tribes still do it, and it's spreading because, well, we'll circle back to why the elites hate it.
DMT. Sounds like my kind of commute. One puff and you're in the afterlife express lane. Honey, I'm home from the Machine Elves Tea Party. But hey, if it beats my scythe commutes, sign me up. Just don't forget the return ticket, or I'll be waiting with the paperwork.
Let's get into real people's DMT breakthroughs, not theory, but raw accounts that echo what shamans have reported forever. These are not hallucinations. To the experiencers, they're more real than this podcast, or my ex-wife's ability to take my money. Studies show 94% encounter autonomous entities. 100% feel transported to other worlds, planes of existence, hyper-real, ontologically shattering. Take one detailed naturalistic study of 36 experienced users who inhaled 40 to 75 milligrams at home. Right after, they were interviewed in depth. Overwhelmingly, profound intensity, onset, hits like a zipper ripping the universe open. The body locks up then, breakthrough. One user said,
I felt my soul as an aspect of God. Unquestionable divine energy within me. The ego dissolves. You are the universe.
Another saw a translucent human skull, brain and heart pulsing with colours and energy.
I died, or my soul left my body, and arrived in a divine realm.
The common theme here, entities, not cartoonish, intelligent and ancient. One guy broke through and landed in an elegant castle, walked a few steps before snapping back. The whole thing felt like an hour, but only 8 minutes had passed. A bird's eye view of his own body on the couch, the room fractalizing into rainbows. Another, entities communicating telepathically about cosmic insight, reality as a game, love as the point. Healing floods in. One participant reconnected to his son in spirit, realizing his own inadequacies in love and how to fix it. Laughter erupts, the cosmic game, where existence is divine comedy. Hindu Leela, meaning playful universe. A first-timer said,
Every cell imploded. I screamed, then reborn into light. God was with me always. The trauma lifted.
Another met alien energy beings of white light and embroidery patterns, pure consciousness teaching that Earth life is the universe's grandest project. Enjoy it. We all come from the same creator, a voice had said. Clinical and field reports echo this. Love, unity and healing. One saw a godhead like an Aztec mask, safe, held, leading me on a journey. Time collapses, ego, death, oneness. Many say it cured depression, revealed life's meaning, all confirmed the soul's eternity. But it's not all bliss. Some face demons and regrets.
I trespassed into the spiritual realm, terrifying, then enlightening.
Shamans call it necessary purging. Tribes today guide it carefully because the veil thins, you meet the other. Higher powers, lower, both, but always transformative.
Entities, huh? If I show up during your trip as a glowing skeleton offering cosmic tea, just say, no thanks, Grimm's off duty. But for real, these folks meet gods and aliens, while I just get souls filing complaints. The light was too bright. Well, cry me a river, or a Styx.
Spot on grim. The humour keeps us grounded. But this divine access, it kept ancestors connected. No existential dread. Meaning wasn't a crisis, it was daily. Now, fast forward to witchcraft. Before Christianity painted it as devilry, witchcraft was folk magic, herbalism, divination, Sere, Norse trance, hedge crossing into other worlds. Cunning folk in Britain healed with plants and spells, shamans, by another name. Then the hunts, from the 15th to the 18th century. Malleus Maleficarum manual turned healers into heretics, tens of thousands executed, mostly women, outsiders, midwives. Not millions, but enough to terrorise. Why? Well, control. Pagan survivals threatened church monopoly on speaking to gods, but some witches did connect to powers. Higher, lower. The confessions, extracted under torture, sure, but the details are too consistent, too vivid to dismiss entirely. Let's hear one creepy tale straight from the witch's lips, or so the records claim. This is from the Swedish witch trials of 1668 to 1676, Blockula Sabbaths.
I went to Blockula, the children spoke true. The devil himself called us there on a black horse that flew through the night. We landed in the great hall lit by candles stuck in the most unholy places. Vaginas aflame with wax. Satan sat under the table, laughing so hard the room shook and hellfire poured from a hole in the floor. You could see the tormented souls writhing below. We danced backwards, everything backwards. Married multiple at once, fornicated with devils whose members were ice cold, sperm like water that birthed frogs. We swept them up, churned them to butter, ate, drank, feasted, but when I woke, my belly ached empty, gifts turned to wood chips. The food vanished like smoke. He promised power to speak to the lower ones, the ones below the stars, not the gods of light, but the ones who answer when you call from the shadows. I flew with them, saw the world from above, cursed my enemies with a glance, but the price was my soul, piece by piece, and still, in the quiet, I felt it, that thread to something vast, higher than the priest's heaven, deeper than their hell. They burned me for it, but the connection, it lingers.
Whoa, frogs from devil sperm. That's next level creepy. I'd rather collect those souls than deal with butter-churning imps. Note to self, avoid Blockula Uber. Rated 0 out of 5 stars. Cold appendages and amphibian afterbirth.
Chilling, right. Whether coerced or real gnosis, these tales paint witches as more than victims. Some tapped forbidden realms, higher consciousness, or lower entities bargaining for power. The church crushed it to keep the divine their domain. This suppression, it sets the stage for our modern disconnection. We've lost touch Technology has advanced. The rockets, AI, gene editing, yet anxiety, depression, the meaninglessness skyrockets. Surveys show spiritual but not religious rising, but organised faith declining. Why? The buffered self. We're isolated egos in a material world. No porous connection to cosmos, spirits or inner divinity. Away from noise under stars, the reconnection. Ancestors lived it daily. We chase likes instead. But is it accidental? No. Now enter the conspiracy lens, the evident one this podcast exists for. The elites, call them what you will, bloodlines, globalists, the 1% who own the banks, media, big pharma. They knew spirituality equals power, real power, gnosis, unity, equality. If we're all divine sparks connected to the same source, who needs kings? Who needs debt slavery? The past playbook, religion as control. Obey or burn. Tithes, indulgences, inquisitions. They co-opted the divine, centralised it in cathedrals and priests. Now, money, fiat currency, legal but fictional, tender none the less, printed from nothing, backed by nothing but faith in them. Debt enslaves nations. You get in debit, best of luck getting more credit, especially with the added fees. However, global governments are in massive amounts of debit. So what happens to them? Well, nothing. They basically print more money. There is no reason to go deeper with that one, because that's what they do. Print, print, print. They say they are spending it on you to make your life easier and fair, but it's anything but. More debit means more taxes, leading to more work and hours for you. Now do you see? You are controlled by this. The system has you. Consumerism fills the void where spirit used to be. Work 9 to 5, scroll, buy, repeat. No time for stars or meditation. Psychedelics, banned globally via the 1971 UN Convention, pushed by the US Ancient Plant Wisdom. Labelled a schedule, no medical use. Yet elites party with them in private bohemian groves or ayahuasca retreats in Peru, while you get arrested. Coincidence or strategy? Look at the evidence. The church historically stamped out entheogens, mushrooms in Christian art, buried. Colonial bans on indigenous rights. Modern pharma pushes synthetic pills that numb, not awaken. Why? Awakened people question the matrix. They see money as the illusion it is. Spirituality levels the field. No more us versus them. We're equals in the divine game. Conspiracy researchers note the overlap. Spiritual communities diving into conspiracies because once you pierce the veil with DMT or meditation, you see the patterns. Elites use occult knowledge themselves. Symbols on currency, secret societies, all while keeping the masses materialist and divided. If we reconnect en masse, it's game over, no control. That's why there's a lockdown on ancient tools. Why here in Devon it feels revolutionary to meditate out in the middle of modern day nowhere. It's resistance to the elite plan.
Elites hoarding the good stuff. Typical. Let them eat cake while we snort god powder in our skull-shaped mansions. Me. I just reap the whole lot. But hey, Mark, if spirituality makes us equals, does that mean I get a promotion? From Grim Reaper to Grim Equality Manager?
Something like that, Grim. Listeners, this isn't paranoia, it's pattern recognition. This podcast's core is to unravel that. What lies in the shadows? Elites controlled us via religion yesterday, money today. Spirituality, the great equalizer they fear. Deeper still, Studies on DMT show it challenges axioms of reality. Metaphysical beliefs shift for months. Therapeutic, yes, but also revolutionary. No wonder suppression. Tribes guarded it. Shamans trained for it. Now it's leaking back. Retreats booming despite laws. The Renaissance is here. DMT tribes today aren't primitive. They're keepers of the old way, the known way to connect to the universe. One Bolivian pouch proves continuity. The cave art, proto-DMT visions. Witch hunts equal spiritual power grabs. Modern man feels lost because we were steered there. Our technology distracts us, money consumes us. But the stars still shine, plants still grow, meditation still works and aids the physical body in healing. Let's face it, your body gives you signs when something is wrong. We need only listen and connect to a higher power. My recent trip to Devon out in nature surrounded by miles of fields and wildlife has helped me reconnect to a life more important than work, money, technology, and that feeling of being lost, not quite knowing what life is about. I've reconnected to myself and the understanding that I and you are temporary visitors here for a life experience in the realm of the physical. The blueprint for escape is with you now.
Escape to the stars. Careful, I patrol the in-between. But if you all wake up, maybe I'll retire. Skeleton's honor. That said, I'm still waiting for Mr. Gates.
So, what now? Reconnect, stargaze like our ancestors, meditate, whether that be in the wild or not. Question the money matrix. Teach kids the old ways. We're not powerless. The divine consciousness is within us. It's never left. We just forgot the frequency. Thanks for listening, Truth Warriors. Rate us, share and join the files. See all the links in the description. Until the next veil rips, stay evident, stay connected, stay safe, and we will see you again somewhere in time.
ECF. Evident conspiracy theories. Are you listening? They're watching what you're watching. They're naming what you fear. Redacted pages on the table. Every line a quiet wound. Smiling faces on the cable. Sell the script. Rewrite the truth. I see symbols in the skylines. I hear passwords in the rain. Every handshake coded sideline. Every favor hides a chain. I won't bow to a ghost behind the glass. Tear the veil, split the script in half. Elites will not control us. We rise from the shadows. distance, static crawling through the file. They fear one thing consistent, that we look behind the smile. Easier. We remember. Elites will not control us. We rise from the shadows. Rise. You can drown our words, but the truth still flows from the evident conspiracy. Fails to the hearts that know. Elites will not control us. We rise from the shadows. We rise from the shadows. ECF. Are you listening?